Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Penalty Loop Podcast, a podcast about biathlon by Jordan Gottschalk from Penalty Loop and a regular guest, RJ Weiss from Biathlon Analytics.
Een hele goede middag vanuit Nederland.
Whoa, that was quite something. I don't know how to respond. Was that nice?
Well, I mean, what's that?
Was that nice or an insult?
Oh, you're such a typical North American when they hear the beautiful Dutch language that sounds so kind and friendly. Oh, are you swearing at me? And no, there's nothing stuck in my throat. That's just how we speak over here.
I
just said a great afternoon.
Coming to us from
The Netherlands.
Yes,
AKA
from your
Holland. Yeah.
We did find a little window to record. I had put up a post earlier that there might not be anything until after we got together in Norway, but no. We made it work. So you all are stuck listening to the sounds of me, I guess, for a little while.
Wow. And I was going to mention that you left me hanging to dry in the airport in Toronto, where I was shushing everybody to be quiet for like half an hour.
I didn't want to mention that. Yeah, so we did have.
No, I don't want to mention that either. So let's not mention that.
A layover where RJ did have a window of time, and I ended up watching the Oscars, and I got totally swept away in it.
So next time I make an animation, I'm gonna apply for an Oscar, and then
yeah, there we go.
I'll draw your attention that way.
You will, yeah. Like, oh my God, who's that on stage?
Maybe I should call him.
I actually, so real quick on the Oscars, I only cried, I think, 3 times during the Oscars. One was actually a Disney Cruise Line commercial, which like totally got me. I mean, like they did it. So if anybody saw that, you'll understand what I was talking about. One was the In Memoriam when, they got, all these actors that I just have watched forever, right? Diane Keaton and Rob Reiner, obviously, actor and director, and then Redford and Duvall and Val Kilmer. Anyway, so that
did he die this year?
Who is that?
Did they all die this year?
They all, yeah, in the last year, yeah, they all. It was a hard year. And then the other time was actually Michael B. Jordan's acceptance speech, where he gets up there and is like, "What's up, Mom?" And it was just like so totally genuine, and like his dad flew over from Ghana, and I was like, that was just kind of like he just seemed like a regular dude got up there and was accepting an Oscar, and it just was kind of cool.
Are you talking about 23? Or
Who?
Is it different Michael Jordan?
Oh, different Michael Jordan. So
okay.
It was the actor Michael Jordan. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
Well, no, but I know that
I know.
number 23 was also in the Looney Tunes movie. So he is.
He certainly was. Yeah, he could have won an Oscar for that. Anyway, that was much less exciting than what happened in Estonia this past weekend. That was quite a weekend of weather, quite a weekend of biathlon because of the weather. We started off, I guess we were warm, we were hot the entire time. You can see the number of people in short sleeves, and even Campbell going to the flower ceremony in shorts and flip-flops. And then we got some breeze that sort of kicked up a little bit for Friday, a lot for Saturday, and it was just blowing all over the place on Sunday. So I was unique. It was one weekend like that a year is makes it interesting.
And if anything, we get some very cool emails from Emil from I think he's from Norway. Mm-hmm. And I was in one of them. I was responding that I'm looking into doing an analysis on. I basically want to look at the exact second, like the exact time down to the second when a shot was fired for every shooting in races, and then see if there is if I can visualize if there's a trend that maybe you can actually see that there was a high wind going through the stadium, because it seemed like there was moments where everybody was shooting fine, and then all of a sudden it was a gong show, right?
Yeah.
And I was even showing my wife, because she's like, "Oh, what's so excited?" And then we were just looking when I think it was Emilien and Jacquelin shooting.
Yeah.
And we were looking at that wind meter, and it didn't spin so much, but it went literally from like 18 to 2 to 17 to 5 it was like all within one shooting. And with him, that's not very long, but it was absurd. And because I think any athlete will say, I'd much rather have a really strong wind, but consistent, because then they can just adjust, right? But if it's, you look at the wind flag and then you adjust, and by the time you're, zeroing on your target, it's already changed.
Yeah.
That makes it pretty much impossible, right? And I mean, what's the last time you saw Justus Strelo miss more than one even?
Oh, I know.
But in the prone, he had 2 penalty loops?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That tells you what you need to know.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how, I mean, in general, the wind was right to left across the range, but you could even watch it, and in between different people. I remember distinctly, I think it was in the pursuit. I don't remember what lap it was, so I'm not even going to pretend. But the wind moved, it was still right to left, but it was like a 90-degree shift. So it was like it went from blowing a little bit into their faces to blowing a little bit more down range.
All right.
And so it was like just enough and that was just in between groups. It was, look, you just look at the results and it was a windy day, because when those pursuits where you just have gigantic numbers of misses, I mean, someone like Eric Perrault, who is one of the best shooters we have, and he has 7 misses in the pursuit. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I hate to use the term wind lottery, but sometimes that's what you get.
I was curious though, because I was traveling a lot, I didn't really have time to look it up, but I was curious to see if people like Falk and Simonator didn't race, I think, though. But maybe he did. But anyway, to see if the old guard still had a bit of a better shooting average. Because I do feel that experience can help a lot in those cases. But I mean, there's a limit to that too, right? Like there's only so much you can.
So Falk had 6 misses. Hofer was 17 out of 20. So that was very good, actually.
Yeah. Well, let's stop there then, because that proves my point, and then let's not go.
Look, that works for me.
But I don't think.
And then Campbell Wright. Campbell Wright with the 18 out of 20, which is honestly, I know that he didn't finish on the podium, and he has 2 world championship medals. But man, that was one of the best races of his career.
He was on the podium this weekend.
Oh, he was on the podium this weekend. Not in that race though. Not in that race.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think that pursuit was one of the best races of his career. I mean, that was just really fantastic. I mean, it was him
cool too.
Him and Sturla.
That's the beauty of watching on the ARD, the German, one of the 2 German broadcasters with Christian Dexner. Because, and I forgot which race it was, but it must have been in the mixed, or maybe it was actually the women's pursuit. Anyway, one of the Canadians was shooting in lane 3 all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And because they typically zero in 27 or the total opposite of the range, right? So they're just not really familiar shooting on the other side. And like you said, I think it came in right to left. So they were probably zeroing with a lot of wind that they catch at the end of the zeroing or the range there. And then all of a sudden to be almost in the wind shadow was, and I mean, you'll never know if that was the main reason, but the shooting wasn't going as they would hope, I think. So,
well, and this is another interesting thing that happened was that I think it was the women's pursuit. It got so clumped up because of all the misses that I think it was Teresa Verbonakova came onto the range and there just wasn't a spot for her. So they had to shuffle her all the way up to lane 1 because it just got so busy. But that was
because, there was a race. There was one of the pursuits who had 61 competitors because there was 2 who had the exact same time, I think, on 9th place in the sprint. But I don't know if that was the reason, but
one man who was not affected by the conditions and apparently is not affected by anything these days, Sturla Lagride, who is just performing at an insane level. That performance was incredible. And obviously the finishing, the margin was the best, the biggest margin, I'll say, in a 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Biggest margin by a man in the pursuit. I don't remember what the women's record is. It's over 3 minutes.
I think it's Magdalena Forsberg.
Yeah, I just don't remember
3 or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 3 minutes and 3 seconds. That's
not sure, but
but that was just, and it wasn't like he started. Sometimes you'll see, they'll start with a minute lead. You would see Johannes do this sometimes. He would start out of the sprint. Yeah, exactly, with this massive lead, and so it was like no one's going to catch him. It was, I think, Jacquelin was like 11 seconds back, and there were a handful of people that really had a chance. Quentin Fiume, and
I don't think anybody told Sturla that he was far ahead.
No, and that's what I was going to say, is that like it wasn't just the shooting though. Like he obviously was incredible, like the 19 out of 20 with the last miss coming in the final shoot, but laps 2, 3, and 4, where somebody might have had a chance, he had the second best, the best, and the best skiing for those 3 laps. He just was like, hey, I'm the best right now. Come and get me. And clearly nobody could.
So how much do you think the bow skis play a role in this?
I mean, probably play a little bit, right?
Like I've mentioned this before. I can't really imagine, if you're say Dahle or Christensen or any other barrel, I would think you got pretty darn good skis. And I'm just not. I'm confused almost how much better skis can be than the best skis, if you know what I mean. Like how can the bow skis even be so much better? Or is it just like this final little, like, I don't know. I really wish I knew more, or that we could like talk to somebody from Fisher or one of the manufacturers who can just maybe.
Well, you know what?
Explain more, because
we're going to have the opportunity to ask the man himself how much difference he thinks it makes. And I think
know what happens when you talk to a bow brother. You're just standing there with your mouth open.
Speechless.
Yeah. You had a question?
So you'll have to ask.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, like I said, like I don't know. And I find what fascinates me even more is that, I can kind of see that they can make a perfect ski and then take all the perfect skis and then personalize them to the very specific athlete. So I don't understand how he, from what I understand, has like not a copy of bow skis, but he has the actual bow skis that Johannes was using. And I mean, I can't imagine that they're the same height, the same weight distribution, the same weight. Like, so that's where I'm like, is that difference so big then that even if the ski is not technically perfectly aligned to your body and size, that it still makes a difference? Or maybe you just got faster?
Probably all of the above. It was that the skis are excellent, and that he just set up his season such that. And this is actually going to be one of my questions for him. Is he is the form he has right now, and I won't waste everybody's time because I'm going to wait until the end of the season. I'm going to actually run through his statistics, but the form he has right now is the best form he has ever shown. Like statistically, I think he has like 6 total misses since the start of the Olympics. He is running not just like way above the median, but like he's actually running faster than the median top 10 over the last however many races it is now. 8 races. He's never done that in his career over that stretch. And I'm curious, I want to ask him, how long does he think he could keep up this form? Because he has said in a recent interview that this season for him was all about the Olympics. Next season is about taking the globe back. And how long, if he came into the season on good form, could he keep it up? It seems improbable to keep it up for an entire year, but I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah. And I mean, his weird relationship situation seems to be playing some sort of role in it, that it's almost like a relief for him to be out and racing.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, I don't think even in top form that Perrault would naturally immediately beat Sturla. But I mean, he's clearly not in top shape right now. So that, and Tommy's not there, and But I mean that's all. You have to race the people that are there, of course, and what form they're in. But it's quite incredible. Like it's just a bit of a different planet almost.
It is.
And it's one thing to be really good in one weekend with, your wax team has the perfect wax for the conditions. But I mean, it's like you said, it's basically since Antholz at elevation to sea level to,
doesn't matter. Cold, warm. I mean, it was cold last week in Kontiolahti. It's hot in Otepaa. Doesn't matter. Third, second, first. I mean, that sounds like somebody else that we know that's, it's just, he started out, I think, I don't have the numbers exactly right, but he started out the third trimester. I think he was like in 10th or 11th in overall. And he is well on his way to making it all the way back up to second. I was actually chatting with Seba and I was, because Samuelson has never finished, second, which is where he is right now. And he was laughing, saying like, it'd be great, but Sturla's he's saying like, Sturla's going to pass me by. It's like he's flying. And Sturla he has a real chance now to take the sprint globe. I'm actually going to pull up the standings because I was just doing the calculations this morning. But he was not really in the mix, and now he is. Samuelson's at 315, Jacquelin 309, Perrault 270, Sturla's at 266. So he has some work to do, but if he wins, which is not out of the realm of possibility, and Samuelson is in like 7th, I mean, that's exactly, I think, what they did in Otepaa. I mean, that would give Lagrade the globe.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts.
Yeah, I think this is one of those times where Perrault's probably happy that we only have one weekend left, right?
Yeah, just hanging on.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I really hope we can see, the best Perrault as well.
Yeah.
Because it is almost a bit painful because they can do so much better, and kind of feels like either there's something going on or maybe the wax just wasn't working at all. Or
he's not in A+ form, but he's gonna go ahead and cruise his way to the overall. I would say the same about Lou. Not in A+ form, but I mean, no shade on what she did this weekend with 2 third-place finishes. And I do want to talk about her pursuit because I thought that was really cool. But they're both gonna just take it with relative ease. This is not going to be a very pressure-packed weekend for them.
Yeah, I mean, neither of them have it. Can they win it after the sprint? Well, I suppose depending on how bad the others do, but
I think Perrault can, and I think Jean Monod probably will lock it up on the pursuit. Jean Monod is up by 201, so I guess they both could. Yeah.
Wow, but then so Jean Monod would have to have 3 awful races.
Yeah, it would.
Like she would basically have to have a outside of the 60, then miss the pursuit, and then still have a horrible mass start,
and then dead last in the mass start. Yeah.
Assuming that Subi would win everything.
Yeah. Obviously not that bad. We're being a little bit extreme, but these guys, they basically just need to do what they've done, to even a lesser degree, and they'll be fine, right? If they finish in the top 10 every race, this is over.
Yeah. Which for them is almost seems easy.
Any thoughts about their weekend?
Oh, Perrault and Lou?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Lou must be excited that her shooting was better. Obviously, she took a long time, but she took more time to shoot, but it worked out for her. Her skiing is still, not what we're really used to, and she still seems pretty, looks very tired, and I think she sat out on both mixed relay, like the mixed relay and the single mixed. Although, in all honesty, maybe she just wasn't in her current form, maybe she just wasn't making a team. But I'm sure she was happy to get the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bevo is. I've never really seen him this way.
Yeah. He's just, yeah, my feeling is that he's just sort of, I don't want to say stumbling to the finish because he's not like collapsing, but just kind of making it. What was he, 12th in the sprint? And I don't even know where he finished in the pursuit.
Mm. It's interesting, though, that they both had a very disappointing Olympics, which sounds hilarious with the results that they have. But
yes. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It would not have shocked anybody if they would have gotten like 3 gold medals each in individual events, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
From that sense, it was disappointing, and I mean, it's not easy, or it's not hard to imagine that would have a negative impact on their mental state, and especially all the stress that they're dealing with, and
the stress, the press, because we saw, I mean, last year you got so many questions you have to answer, and I think at some point you just got to be exhausted. It's been a long year.
Well, and especially when I think it's a lot easier when you're winning and people are like, "Oh, how do you feel?" Like, well, feel great, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it's not going well, and then there's 20 people, and they're all going to ask you, "Yeah, that's probably not as good as you would hope."
Yeah.
It's almost like you bring yourself down a little bit. So when we see her, if she's still doing in a bad mood after the sprint, we'll ask her how the dog's doing. And
that's exactly it.
Negative spiral.
Yeah, we're gonna get her all excited. Maybe that's what I should do is bring in stuffies for some of the dads. I should bring a dog toy.
Yeah. I wish I had more time because they're actually gonna 3D print a penalty loop dog bone.
Are you serious?
For Lou? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, I made some designs. I just as you know, I always take way too much time for things to make them perfect, and then I just ran out of time. So.
That would have been great, though. I would have loved it.
Next year.
Yeah. I mentioned her pursuit race. I thought it was really cool because there was nothing about it that was outstanding, and yet she just had a perfectly solid. Well, I shouldn't say there was one thing about it that was outstanding. She only missed one shot, but it was just a solid race. I mean, her shooting times 36, 33, 41. And then 27. Her course time ranks per lap were 53rd, 25th, 53rd, or 35th, 17th, 9th. So she just sort of, just made her way around the course and didn't make any mistakes and got another podium. So I'm, it was a very.
If you're not in good shape, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know what I need to do. I'm just going to get this thing done, and we'll take a rather than going, go for broke. It was very, I'll raise my floor. I might not win the race, but I'm certainly not going to do anything catastrophic today. Speaking of catastrophic, the mixed relays were bananas. That was just some of the craziest racing.
I set my alarm, but that's as close as I got as watching live. So I didn't watch them for a while, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to have time. So I'm going to look at the results. And I was looking at the results. I'm like, what the hell was happening there?
It was insane.
With where team ended, and then France. I'm like, where the hell did France go? And I had to scroll down, obviously, all the way down to see that they were disqualified. And
in the midst of all that, I really want to highlight Caroline Knoten and Tangervold, who were fabulous. Knoten's last 2 shoots, especially that final shoot in the wind that was causing so much disruption. I mean, she was just like a rock. That was fantastic to see, and you could just see how excited she was when she crossed the finish line. There was a lot of emotion there, and I'm really happy for her, and I cannot wait to talk to her about it in a few days. And then Tangervold, who has had just so much up and down the last couple of years, mostly down. And to be the one person on the team who didn't have a penalty loop on that day and then to ski like that was incredible. I mean, that is like the best race, including the race she won last year. I mean, this is the best race she's had in 2 years. And and to be such a critical element to taking the globe. I'm nothing but happiness for both of them.
What globe did she take?
The mixed relay globe. They were behind.
Yeah.
They were behind by a handful of points, and then obviously France had the disqualification, and then Norway with the win in the single mix took the lead, and then they held on by, I think it was 9 points over Sweden at the end.
Oh, that works.
Yep, 9 points is 9 points.
Yeah,
so super happy for them. I thought that was just an exceptional day. And then obviously in the mixed relay,
Knoten already had a good weekend too, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she's feeling pretty good coming into Oslo. I'm really excited to see what she can do.
Is she already like solid best? Is she above Shirkaida?
No, Shirkaida's got that locked up.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shirkaida is in 8th and Knoten is in 19th.
Okay.
There's a difference there of like 300 points. But yeah, so and Knoten is really, she's within striking distance of probably the top 15. So we'll see how far she can rise this week.
Yeah, I guess what I'm after is I don't think the training by herself outside of the national team framework has had a negative impact. Maybe on another level, like financially or something, but like from a performance perspective, I think it worked out okay.
I agree. Yeah, I think she's just fine on that front. And then I wanted to mention the mixed relay teams, the Swiss on the podium, the U.S. coming in
finish
third. Whew. Yeah.
I mean, it's not up to me, but I feel proud of Fried because,
yes,
to be in such an unfamiliar situation and to handle it so well. And then the battle between her and Heike Gross, which was just phenomenal to watch, to be like, I would probably stay behind Heike Gross and then be in her slipstream in a downhill. And Fried did the exact opposite. And it's like, oh my God, she's good, but it was so exciting. And then Heike Gross, I don't know if she was like, oh, I'll get her back. Like if she was sort of in that control, knowing that maybe she had the longer legs or the longer lungs. I don't know. But just to see that whole going back and forth, and then at some point it looked almost like Margie Fried was coming back in the last 100 meters. But I think she just at that point was just completely empty on gas. But it was exciting. And the nice thing is that they're both incredible athletes, so different, but so like there's not an inch that I would say I wish that one would win over that one. Like equally happy for any result. I mean, perfect result would be to cross the line at the same time, but that was what a cool finish.
It was
to see that whole build up, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back to about so Germain passes off to Campbell Wright, who's in first, and then from that point on, Campbell and Deidre Irwin raced their entire legs in first place. And the pressure really builds. Like,
yeah.
And they met the moment, that I thought was really cool. Deidre Irwin, especially, I think she only had one reload. Just really awesome.
She did so well. So well.
And
I mean, all kudos to Margie Fried getting the highlights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Deidre was incredible.
Campbell has had moments where he's up at the front of races. Like Deidre Irwin, like, has she ever had that experience before? That's even to a race being in front? I don't think so. I don't remember it. And she was totally there for it. I'm so excited. That was very cool. And I don't want to forget about Slovakia either, coming in fourth. I think that was their best finish in almost a decade for the mixed relay.
Yeah.
So it was very cool. Oh, and while we're talking about mixed relays, Adam Runnels, he raced both the single mixed and the mixed relay, and I think he only had 6 reloads across both races. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shoots. So like 1 reload per shoot. So that's a really good
I thought
day.
The Canadians had a really good weekend overall. I think with two people in the pursuit qualifying for the pursuit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you had on the women's side, Nadia Moser finished in 32nd in the sprint and 52nd in the pursuit, and Pascal Paradis was 54th in the sprint and 45th in the pursuit.
Oh, was it Pascal?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought it was Benita who qualified, but sorry. But anyway, still two Canadians.
Yep. And then two men also. You had Adam Reynolds and Zach Connolly as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So very proud of them.
You mentioned that Logan Pletz has decided to retire. Is that like right away, or is he still?
He is already home.
Already home, right?
Yep. He's already home and back to work.
That's too bad. But
yeah. That's look, we talked about this many times, but the financial pressures, I think, when you are with the Canadian team, especially, it's a different calculation.
Yeah.
Because that's the third Canadian man we've seen retire this year, with Borglum and Daniel, and then Logan Pletz. I mean, these aren't older guys either; they're not in their 30s, so it's
Yeah, you got to make that choice at some point, you know.
Yep.
But hopefully he can keep his business going for Biathlon rifles at least, right?
Absolutely. Well, I asked him about that, and he said, "Yep, they're full." He's 100% on that, and he's also he's back to his regular job also. But
yeah,
so I know that you have some time limitations, so I just wanted to hit a couple of fun things from this weekend, and then one big piece of news that I wanted to talk about too. So Jacquelin, I think, had one of the most Jacquelin weekends possible. He had the second place in the sprint, and then he finished again on the podium in second place in the pursuit. But it was like he was sort of steadily making time on log ride, and then had 5 misses in his standing shoot to ultimately fall back. But so there was that, and then
it was also very untypical.
Because he didn't
shooting so controlled.
Yes, he didn't explode on the course. It was not like he was, because I expected the gap was only 11 seconds, and I was like, oh, he'll make that up in the first loop. Nope, he was happy to hang out behind. And then in the mixed relay, or the single mixed, he had 4 extra rounds in one shoot, which is unfortunately not legal. He got the target down with that 4th shot, but just 1 extra, and so they were disqualified. And it's just a full Jacquelin experience.
And it shows you that it's really not that easy to keep track of spares, and then sometimes a manual reload. And we saw, was there someone who missed a penalty loop or did an extra penalty loop? I know Schickheide did that.
Just missed a penalty loop. Yep, just forgot it. Fiechner had didn't she only use 2 extra rounds earlier this? Yeah. So you just things happen, and especially in a chaotic race like the single mixed, it's already chaotic. Mm-hmm. Then you throw in the wind and all the misses, and it was nuts. So it was almost bound to happen, but of course it was Jacquelin, and you just sort of feel bad for him.
Yeah,
but he also had two podiums, so it was
that's true.
Yeah. Teresa Vorbonakova again on the top 10. She had a 7th in the sprint. Anna Karen Heidenberg did me a real solid. I made a point of saying after the sprint that she was becoming a regular in the top 20 for Sweden, and then she finished 15th in the sprint and 7th in the pursuit. So I really appreciate her making me look good.
Yeah.
Navrath had a podium in the sprint, and I just, at age 30, is he 33, 34?
Second this year, right?
Yeah, and he's having the best season of his career. Never too late, right? Never too late to find the fountain of youth. And speaking of youth, we had Esther Wolfa in the top 10 for the first time in her career. And Emma Kapistova from Slovakia tied her career best of 16th. And then a big congratulations to Susan Kulm, who finished new personal best in the top 10 in front of home fans. That had to be awesome.
And didn't she have a male colleague who also?
Christos Simmer also had a personal best, 15th. Yeah, 15th. And then I also want to mention Justine. I was just happy to see her in the pursuit. She only had 3 penalty loops. She finished in 4th. That was really nice to see her have that.
I know you really want to hand out the Isolated Pursuit Award this year to Subi, but
yes,
to hand it out to Justine would be very nice too.
I would be totally fine with that.
All of them would be very nice, but yeah.
Yep. Speaking of, I have the current standings of the Isolated Pursuit, if you want me to run through those.
Yeah.
So obviously one race to go, and these are Isolated Pursuit. These are not the Pursuit standings. But right now we have Suvi Minkinen leading it. She has 343 points. Justine is in second at 305. Hanna Uberg has the third most points, 290, and Lou at 265 is technically still alive. And on the men's side, Eric Pirot is leading at 306. Fabien Claude in second at 296. Campbell Wright, 287. And then way back, Johannes Dalish Gavdal at 222 and Martin Ponsolom at 217. So definitely our races are alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be so happy with any of those guys. Any of the athletes winning. My dream would be Suvi and Campbell, but any of them win, and I'm a happy guy.
Oh, for sure.
And the last thing I wanted to mention was a piece of news that Sandra Flunger is going to be leaving the Swiss team. And in the announcement that she's leaving, they mentioned that she has a new adventure abroad. So it sounds like she already has a new job lined up. Obviously, lots of speculation about where that might be. I would love to see her in the United States. I think I know who the U.S. is going to hire, but anyway, I would be quite happy with her because I think that all of her athletes love her. Clearly, the Swiss have had a lot of success.
Yeah, and I mean, this is more interpreting what I read here and there, but it sounds like she's also not a traditional coach in the sense it seems to me that she's trying different things and taking different approaches in certain areas, which I personally like. Not that new is always better, but it's just like you also don't have to do the same thing because we've done it for the last 20 years.
100%. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, everywhere would be a challenge, but you could argue going to the French team or to the US team, there's a different type of challenge for sure.
Yep.
It would be truly amazing. I still think it wouldn't shock me, and I say this literally because I've noticed a couple of times how close she is with Lisa Hauser, and maybe they're neighbors, who knows, because Svichna is Austrian, right?
The
coach.
I don't know. Flunger? I think she is.
Oh, Flunger. I'm sorry. Flunger. Yeah. Anyway, so for a very biased reason, I guess, I have a feeling she might be going to the Austrian team, which has potential for sure. And not to blame the coaching there or anything, but they haven't really had the successes that we still kind of linked to the Austrian team or the expectation. Yeah, I mean, US would be it'd be very interesting, very cool. Yeah.
Can you imagine Sandra Flunger with all the young talent like Anna Gondler, Anna Andexer, Anna Yupa?
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
right. They've got what's his name? The guy who won, Thomas Marshall, who won the Junior Cup overall. So that'll be fun. Coaching carousel. It's going to be pretty wild this year.
Yeah. In a way, it's too bad that it was announced already where Ziggy is going, because of course that would have been really interesting
I would have loved to have seen Ziggy, and I know why he's going to France. I would have loved to see him in Switzerland.
Yeah. Well, I would have loved to see him in the US or Canada or something like that. But
how about Armin Auchenthaler going to Switzerland?
Are you just saying that, or is it a rumor?
Just saying it.
Yeah, I think. Do you think I was kind of wondering if it would be cool to coach your own daughter, which I'm sure at a younger level he has done plenty of times.
Yeah.
Or is it maybe better if that's, not the case? But
that's an excellent question. I would not want to do it, but yeah.
No, yeah, I guess it depends on the kind of relationship they have. But I wanted to mention 2 O's. The first is Vogt. Because I think she had, again, incredible racing, and she never surprised me. We know she's a good shooter. She's always a slow shooter. And then now she was it in the pursuit that she had like the fastest ski time?
In the pursuit, she was 4th fastest. Yeah. 15 seconds back of Tantervold. She was only 2 seconds back of Justine.
So it's like, it really feels like she has it all. She just, it almost seems like the things just need to line up in her head to have the confidence to shoot faster, because she can do it. And I mean, we know that she's a good shooter. And then if she can, have another, top 10 in skiing, sky's the limit. The other O I had in mind was Poland. Because I think they had an incredible result on one of the relays.
Single mixed.
4th.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a nice shout out for the Polish team. Who?
Sorry, 5th. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I got that wrong.
But did they have I thought they had another really good result in the men one of the men's competitions.
Let's see. And so that single mix was Jan Gunka and Anamaka. In the men's, Gunka was 54th in the sprint, 59th in the pursuit. And then for the women, Camilla Zook was 15th in the sprint.
Okay.
I apologize. I had that incorrect. Zook was 27th in the sprint. She was bib 15. I just got my columns mixed up.
Okay.
There was Richard Losbers, the Latvian 16-year-old, did finish in the points. He was 33rd, I believe, in the pursuit, which is insane. 31st. I slighted him. 31st in the pursuit, which is just nuts.
And I have a vague recollection too that the Danish girl did, was she the only one who shot clean or something in one of the races? Like in the first shooting, or anyway. Yeah, and I apologize. I normally have my computer in front of me.
No, you're just doing this.
Use to look it up, but I have
straight off the dome
connectivity issues. So, those are the 2 things that popped up that I wanted to mention. Man, I'm looking forward to Oslo.
It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, last year's hard to beat, but
this is going to be great.
At the same time, maybe at a different level, it will be amazing again.
It'll be more relaxed, I think.
I don't know.
Not if. I'll tell you what. If Suvi races like she did in the pursuit, you're going to have to scoop me up off the floor. I'll just be collapsed.
Oh man, I don't know if Tobias is listening right now, but he knows everybody, so wouldn't take much for him to set you up with Suvi for a interview.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Over.
No, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
All right.
You talked to her last year, right?
What's that? Yeah, we talked to her last year.
You talked about yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get back to family time.
Flying 2 days from now?
I fly tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yep.
And then
the weather is.
It's so funny. So Lucas, my son, he's like, so you guys have only ever seen each other face to face in Oslo, right?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah. We apparently have to go to Oslo to see each other.
Yep. Yeah, we have to fly across the Atlantic. It's the only way we can do it.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward. I got a sun stick this year because last year I got a burn, and it's going to be bright and sunny and a little bit warm. So we'll
So
hopefully.
I was thinking, if you shave your hair, and then we'll use the sunscreen stick to put a big S on the top of your head, and then we'll let the rest burn.
Yeah. Okay. I'll think about it. I'll
Think
consider
about
it.
it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Get out of here, man. I'll see you in. See you in a couple days.
Yeah. Have a safe flight. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.